Actually, this is great news. Earlier on my show, I was talking about how our economic system is a disaster for pandemics because instead of building factories, we know how to build a Moderna factory, we know how to build a Pfizer factory, a Johnson and Johnson factory to build all these vaccines. So now that we know how to make them, we could just replicate this over the world, and we had time to do that, and we could do that and just start throwing vaccines out. Earlier, Dr. Fauci came on, and Dr. Fauci said, oh, well, I want everybody to get vaccines, but, if we have this technology transfer and all of that, it's going to take some time to do. We don't have to take time. Just go ahead and do it. The blueprints for all these factories are there. Do it. Solve the problem. Don't let the economic system be what caused another several million people dying. Like I've told many people, our economic system is a killer. Our economic system is an enslaver. And why? Because we have to make sure that the shareholders and the corporate guys get paid before we can decide what to do. Well, you know what? It seems like Brother Biden, Dr. President Biden must have really started to listen to the left with this regards, because we had heard earlier on that he wasn't going to allow put a temporary hold on patents on these drugs. Well, it seems like that has changed, because guess what? A few hours ago, what have we got here? It says a transformative, hopeful event under pressure. Biden backs COVID-19 vaccine patent waiver. This has a real potential to help save lives, strengthen the economy, improve international relations, and eventually end this awful pandemic. I don't think people understand how important this is. Right now, we have allowed other people to die because of our economic system. Look, knowledge is cumulative. To say, oh, America has the knowledge to build this, or the Great Britain has the knowledge to build this, or Germany has the knowledge to build this. People from all over the world came to those countries and made all these countries what they are. In the face of mounting international pressure, the Biden administration on Wednesday announced support for waiving intellectual property protections for COVID-19 vaccines, which campaigners welcome as a transformative, hopeful event that has the potential to save lives around the world, especially in the global south. U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tai announced the move as activists gathered in Washington, D.C. for a rally for a people's vaccine, urging President Joe Biden to back a trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights TRIPS waiver at the World Trade Organization proposal by India and South Africa. Members of the WTO met earlier Wednesday to continue discussions about waiving intellectual property protections for much-needed vaccines. Biden's support for the waiver is a major policy shift. Up until now, the U.S. government was a key opponent of the proposal introduced when his predecessor was still in office. We cannot allow capitalism. We cannot allow economic systems to, in effect, cause the death of many people, which is what would. But you know what's ironic is in a society where in a world where people migrate from one place to another, by not making sure the entire world is vaccinated appropriately, what's going to happen? We're going to get all these mutation of the coronavirus, and what you think is going to happen? It's going to come back to the United States. The vaccines are going to be no longer effective, and in effect, what would we have done? Committed suicide. Good job by those progressives pressuring the Biden administration to do what's right, to do what is moral, and to remove the cancer of selfishness that is the current economic system that will use patents to monopolize on extorting from everybody else. Thank you, Mr. Biden. Thank you, President Biden. Please make sure to make this official and build those damn factories that's necessary to save the world. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.